Those of us who have predominantly a fire element make great leaders because they can really easily fire people up. And what do they look like? Okay, so fire elements often have high cheekbones, a pointy chin, a cheery expression, and a full head of hair. They are more likely than any other element to have red hair and freckles. And they're enormously charming, charismatic, sexy, and creative, passionate, energetic, the life of the party. You know who they are. They're often comedians and often celebrities. So what's the downside? Okay, so the emotions that we associate with the element of fire is joy and happiness. Yes, so no, not a downside, but when it's out of whack, when the fire element has been put out, it tends to hate. So love and hate, you know, same coin, different sides. So when they're out of balance, the heart closes down. So this is where we have more red foods and bring more joy back into their life. So the emotion, as I said, is joy, happiness, and sometimes hate. And the personality is fiery, happy, and energetic. What I'm going to make here now is all about red. I'm going to make ketchup. So yes, you can buy ketchup, but it's full of crap and we don't want that. We just want to make a really easy ketchup that you can have at home really quickly. So let's start this. This is passata, organic passata. So passata is tomatoes without the skin and without the seeds. So they're the acidic parts of the tomato. So if you're already too overheated, too hot, too spicy, too fiery, try and have passata instead of fresh tomatoes or canned tomatoes. Although the canned tomatoes have got the skin removed, but not the seeds. So I am going to put 400 mils in here. I'm only whizzing this up because I want a smooth ketchup. I don't want chunky bits in it. Okay, so then for the sweetener, a third of a cup of, you can use coconut palm sugar, you can use brown sugar, I'm using maple syrup. You can do this to taste, but I'm doing about a third of a cup in there. And then we want the acid, the vinegar. I'm going to use two different types here. So we want 60 mils of white wine vinegar and about 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Getting precariously close to the top there, aren't I? So then about a teaspoon each of the spices. I'm going to do onion powder. Well, these are flakes, which is another reason why I'm blending this up, because I don't want chunky bits of onion flakes in it. Szechuan pepper, spicy for summer, for the fiery type. You can obviously put as much or as little of that in as you like. Garlic granules or garlic powder. This is what's going to make it taste like ketchup. And allspice. I've got a whole berry here, so that's another reason why we're blending this up. And turmeric. Why not? Anti-inflammatory, balances hormones and gives it a really good colour. And then a pinch of salt. That's how you make ketchup, guys and dolls. Okay, let's blitz this. Okay, so I'm going to simmer this over a low heat for about 10 minutes. It'll go a bit darker and it'll start to look like ketchup. Although, I mean, hello, it already looks like ketchup, right? So in the pot, that's a really hot pan. You don't need it that hot. It's just that I'm dealing with a barbecue burner. So, you know, just keep it over a low simmer. Keep stirring it because it will stick to the bottom and it will have like little bursts of heat through it. So very fiery. So keep stirring it like every 5 minutes. So don't leave the kitchen completely. Do it for about 20 minutes and we will be back in a moment after a word from my very generous sponsors. I'm here with MJ Henry, the founder and brains behind Solid Techniques Cookware, and we're here to discuss the difference between his 2 types of pans, wrought iron and wrought stainless steel. So why choose one over the other?
Yeah, well, Janella, it's horses for courses. You know, every good cook should have a mix of things that suit the purpose, you know. And so the reason we have stainless steel instead of wrought iron time to time.
And this is the wrought iron.
Wrought iron. So that's seasoned. Now, seasoned is really just oil and temperature, and it turns black over time.
This is MJ's from his personal stash, and he's used it a lot. So that's how it's going to look after you just use it and add oil.
Yeah, just by cooking.
Yeah.
Actually, with fats and oils.
You don't have to do a special salt in the oven, out, back in, out.
Because we do ship them pre-seasoned, but the more you cook, they just get black.
I haven't seasoned mine and it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
So cooking with acid, you're going to use the wrought stainless steel instead of the wrought iron because it's not going to rip the coating off.
Yeah, the acids can attack the seasoning, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, you can fix it pretty easily. But to avoid that, this cooks like iron, our stainless steel, because it's wrought non-nickel stainless steel, it cooks like iron but cleans like stainless. So you can throw it in the dishwasher, you can scour it out, you know, and make it shiny again.
So I know that you're going to want 1 or 5 or 10. So for more information, go to solidtechnics.com or check out the link in the description. I'm so glad I've got my own. So that's been simmering for about 10-15 minutes. It's changed colour slightly and it's thicker and it smells like ketchup. So I'm just going to let that cool a tiny bit, and then I'm going to decant it into these containers. I just want to mention, you can identify a fire element's body type by the fact that they're tall and willowy. So they're not short, nuggety types like the wood type. They're tall and thin and quite graceful. Yeah, willowy is a really good word for them. And also they love to talk a lot. So when they're out of balance, there's a lot of frenetic chatter going on because they get really overexcited, and they love to travel a lot. Everything they do is passionate. So as soon as you meet someone and they're like, yeah, we're going surfing and I'm doing this and we're going to Europe, there's a fire type going on there. They're fun. We love being around them. Okay, so let's get this into its container. You can obviously put these straight into sauce bottles and leave it in the fridge. It will last for ages and ages. This smells incredible. It is such a great recipe for the fire element because there's Szechuan in there. It's red, it's hot, and you can do this. So I've put these in ice cube containers, as you can see. So if I just want to make some baked chips, or I just want to have some tomato sauce with some spring rolls, then I just take one out and just heat a little bit up, and you've got enough for one serving, because, you know, some of us don't have tomato sauce all the time. So this is a really great little tip. So there we go. If you're liking what I'm making here, you're liking the information, then don't forget to like and subscribe. More elements to come.